I think it's the lifestyle change, which, to answer your question, which is creating a shift in the market for sure. I think the new generation is more compassionate. They're more empathetic towards animals overall.
Hello everyone, I welcome you all to another episode of Sip and Sync with Genz. Today's episode is for all my pet lovers, animal whisperers, and those of you who proudly call yourselves pet parents. We're diving into a world where pet care isn't just about food and grooming, it's about lifestyle, wellness, and love. My guest today is Mr. Dipen Garg, the founder of RemedioVet, a brand that's redefining pet care in India with everything from premium supplements and accessories to full fledged relocation services. Thank you so much for being with us today, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So let's start by getting to know how did you come with this idea of starting this brand?
Well, I've been a pet parent since I was a kid. I've had pets in family from different time. When I was in school, I had a pet. Then when I went abroad, I had a cat. I had some dogs as well. In school, I used to do horse riding. So, like, pets have been part of lifestyle, I would say, since the beginning. So the idea was always there. The opportunity just came recently, so I thought, why not?
That's great. So, while you launch this brand, so whenever we launch some business, we think if this is the right time to launch. So, was there any thought that you had before launching or after launching? What exactly?
I mean, I had 100% clarity that I really want to do this, and but yes, sometimes you think if it's the right time or not. But I think if you have found a calling, then I think whenever you want to start, it is the right time.
Right, makes sense. So, since you've been a pet parent since a long time, did you think that there were a few gaps in the Indian market for pets in India?
I mean, so I mean, I would call it lifestyle changes. So,
Right.
for example, earlier we used to have pets out in the open. Everybody used to have backyards, but now
Right.
that is shifting to condominiums or apartments. So that calls for a different, I would say, lifestyle. So you cannot spend much time with pets outdoors, which means that you have to change the type of pets that you keep with yourself. Uh, and then, you have to be careful of the timings when you can take them out for a walk. For example, because of the pollution, because of the noise pollution, yeah, excessive heat as well. So you have to be very
Right.
careful. So I think it's predominantly the lifestyle changes which have, I would say, led to modern day pet health issues. So, like, for
Right.
example, we have tiles in our homes, and pets, when they try to run, they slip. And when they slip, even though they look cute, but eventually they develop, hip and joint issues. So, because of the lifestyle change, I would say that yes, modern day health needs are very different from how it used to be before. And then also, pet parents are becoming, I would say, they're learning. So there is a learning curve. They are becoming more aware of how to keep their pets. They are getting them trained. They're getting themselves trained as well in the process.
Right.
They're reading the labels. They're getting more conscious about the diets.
Right. Makes sense. So, as you talked about awareness, do you think that this awareness about pets, like for example, you talked about how environment is changing and everything. This awareness, do you think it has increased over time, or can we say that there's some shift in how people used to deal before, or like this new generation which is coming?
You
Right.
know, I've seen like younger generation coming forward in favor of animals, protecting them, feeding them, taking care of them, even if they don't have pets at home. But if they come across a stray which is not being treated well, so they stand up for their rights. So I think, yes, by default, I would say they are more empathetic.
Right, right, makes sense. So when we talk about the products, since you have a wide range of products, so your products, are they based mainly on how the consumers are perceiving it, like more on the functionality or also on the aesthetics that Gen Z specifically looks forward to?
I think because it's like we focus on health aspects, so
Mm.
it's 100% based on functionality, and I would say research and development as well. So if there is something that is latest available in the market, latest formulations, latest salts, the molecules, medicines. So that's one perspective, and of course, function is, I would say, the future. So, for example, again, coming back to modern day pet health problems, so they face hip and joint issues, they face gut health issues, they face skin and coat issues. So we have a range of products, focused on that. We have a range of medicines, and then we also have a range of supplements and functional food as well. So that's the range of products that we have.
Right. So, Gen Z usually discovers brands through reels, memes, or like more like social storytelling. So,
Right.
how have you built your digital presence?
So far, what we have done is we have started with a pet parent community. So that's where, as you said, the gap can be addressed. So let's say if pet parents or new pet parents or wannabe pet parents have any questions regarding pet parenting, they can ask in the group. And we have experienced pet parents, we have some veterinary doctors present in the group and some trainers as well. And then, of course, me and my team. So we help and guide them. So that is one of the ways that we are trying to, get hold of Gen Z through, I would say, informational content. And then, of course, we have some, I do come up with some reels from time to time. Again, mostly around education, because that's how we are trying to help pet parents become better pet parents by answering the queries.
That sounds really great for all my listeners as well. So when we talk about sustainability, so like Gen Zs are also very much into sustainable, eco-friendly products. So have you come up with any products which specifically are more into sustainability or something around this topic?
I mean, sustainability is the center of it. So, like, right from, I would say, the sourcing of product to packaging, and how, like, everything, sustainability is one of the, I would say, pillars around which the brand stands up for. Uh, so, like, something as simple as the packaging that we use is recyclable pouches for food. So that is one of the examples that I can bring up in this conversation. So, and I think myself included, not just this Gen Z, but since day one, I've been very conscious about the type of materials we're using, and what to choose and what not to choose.
Right, right, makes sense. So, since you've been dealing with a lot of customers, with a lot of generations, do you think that this sustainability, this concept of sustainability came around as a transformation through generations, or it is something that is very personal trait that people have towards this topic?
I think it's predominantly, I would say, personal trait. But yes, sustainability has been around. Like, if you observe, since like if speaking specifically of generations, baby boomers have also been very conscious about sustainability. Our ancestors, they used to eat in plates made out of leaves. So I think it is across generations.
Right.
In fact, it has been passed down from the generation, I would rather say.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Right. So now, since we're talking about different kinds of generations who come to your shop to get a lot of products, do you think that the type of products they buy or their buying habits is different across generations?
Absolutely, yes. So like we have to sell our products across different channels, and
Right.
for Gen Z, they prefer online.
Right.
Of course, they want to go and shop around and go in the shops and see what's new, like specifically when it comes to accessories. But
Yeah.
let's say once they've chosen a brand, then once they've done their offline research, I would say, then
Mm.
they transition to online, and then they just purchase it directly from a website or Amazon or even Blinkit.
Right, right, makes sense. So, do you think like your online presence is more towards the products or like offline? How does it work?
It depends upon the product, segment. So for food, I would say yes, online presence has been more. And for something where you have to consult a vet, so like for a medicine, then that is still predominantly offline.
Right, makes sense. So, while I was coming across your profile, there was one very interesting offering that you give, which is pet relocation. Could you walk us through how that process is done?
Right. So pet relocation is for people who are, I mean, there's two kinds of relocations. One is domestic relocation and one is international relocation. So we focus on international relocation. So anybody who is moving abroad permanently or for travel, then we help them take their pets with them safely. So that's what we do. And it depends upon the size of so the process depends upon the size of the pet. If it's a pocket sized breed, then they can take them in the cabin. If it's a large breed or a medium breed, then they can take them in as excess baggage, and they have like in the underbelly of the aircraft, they have temperature controlled areas where they can be safely transported. And then you also have restricted breeds, which we have to get some special, carriers made and have them transported. Apart from that, then each country has their own requirements, rules and regulations. So we have to follow those as well. And then speaking of India, for exports, we also have to, complete all the formalities of animal quarant, AQCS, and we follow the IATA guidelines. And like so far, we have transported about, we have done about 500 relocations across 25 plus countries so far.
That's a great number. So, like, as you mentioned, like 25 countries, all I can think about is all of them might have different regulations and everything. So, what were there any challenges that you had to face while going through this entire process?
Oh yes, absolutely. There are so many challenges, because the rules they keep changing, and then different countries according to different, seasons as well,
Right.
different breeds. So there was a learning curve, but since I have the, I would say opportunity to like travel the world and live in different countries, so I also had my own personal experience. Plus, I had my own pets as well. So all of that mixed and combined, and eventually we were able to. I mean, the reason why we came up with this service is because a lot of pet parents, have to go through this, and nobody wants to leave their pets behind. So we thought, why not we come up with this service and help out all those pet parents. And the trend, speaking of the trend, so it's changing now. People prefer to travel with their pets, even domestically as well. So one of the recent changes that has taken place in domestic flights is that now they've allowed pets up to 10 kgs to travel with you. Earlier, it was 7 kgs.
Oh,
So So, I mean, pet travel is starting to pick up as well.
Right. Now, considering like how people are really emotionally attached to all their pets, this is such a beautiful initiative that I feel like would help them. Um,
Yes, absolutely. I would say I would, yeah, I would correct myself. Instead of using the word relocation, I would say we have reunited so many pet parents with their pets.
right, right. That is such a beautiful thing to say. So when we were talking about community before, so like when you started this initiative, did it drive, like was it just an idea, was it passion, or was it also something around that you wanted to build a community of people, unite them, and like you mentioned, experienced pet parents teaching the new parents. So what was it exactly when it started?
Right, because I mean, it all started with an idea. Because I was now that we're promoting the brand, so a lot of pet parents, they reach out and they ask, "Hey, my pet is going through this and this. What should I do?" So I thought, okay, why not we put together a community where we can help each other out. And of course, sometimes all the information that is available online is not verified, or let's say if it's not valid in that specific case. So it all goes, it's very subjective. So we thought, to have a pet parent community would be a good idea, where we can actually have a healthy discussion and help other pet parents just deal with their regular or pet parenting challenges. Then like that conversation also, I would say, developed further. So now we also help each other find, let's say, good grooming parlors, recommend good grooming parlors, or good veterinarian doctors in different cities. So right now, the community is also slowly picking up. We are present across 15 cities right now, predominantly in Punjab, but Chandigarh community is the biggest one so far, and slowly and steadily, we are also trying to push that forward.
That's great. So, like, just like you mentioned, that there might be a few products which might not be verified, or products that might not be as healthy. So, if you had to give like one advice to the viewers, like, how do they make sure that the products are healthy for their pets, like in general when they're shopping?
I think it's very subjective. It depends upon the the type of breed that you have, and the season and the brand as well. But I would say, as long as the brand is a renowned brand or even a new brand, but as like I would say, read the labels and see if the brand is recommended by other pet parents or veterinarians. It has to be at some, if it's a medicine, then it has to be at some level approved by a vet. If not, then something as simple as a shampoo. You have to see that how, what's the pH level? Are they using any chemicals or not? Is it doing more harm or not? So these are some things that you have to do your own research on,
Right.
because it's very difficult to pick and choose a brand. But
Right.
I think being pet parents, that's the minimum a pet parent would do for their fur baby.
Makes sense. Makes sense. So now I would like to ask you about Gen Zs as people who are working with you. So since I feel like there might be different generations at your workplace right now, do you think you had to change your leadership style for this generation?
Uh, I would say not the leadership style, but I would say the communication style, maybe. The newer generation, they are more, I would say, casual. So it's like, sometimes if you have to put a point across, then you just do it in a casual way rather than being too like formal or, too picky. But that's predominantly how it is in pro. And maybe it's because I am a millennial myself, so there's not much gap between, I sit right between Gen Z and baby boomers. So
Right.
but I would say communication style, and my leadership style is very if I have to define it, then I would say very very liberal since the beginnings. I mean, since I've it's been a like that's how I work. So
Right.
probably that makes it a little easier as well for me.
Right. So, like, I've talked to a lot of people about it. Gen Zs usually prefer more flexible workspace than rigid or strict. So, has it ever made a difference, like when there are different generations, like you talked about communication styles? So, was there an issue between the generations which are working, like with the Gen Z, like you just mentioned, since you are in between the previous generations and this generation?
So far, we haven't experienced anything like that. But like when it comes to workplace, let's say environment, so it's very relaxed. And sometimes, if you're not feeling like working from the office, like sometimes we allow them to work from home as well. But usually, the kind of work profiles that we have requires you to be in office. So that way you can, be in sync with the team and, play a role. But I think so far we have had a very good synergy in the office regard like across generations.
That's good to know. One of the point that you just mentioned was work from home, and like post COVID, there has been this cultural shift of people wanting to work from home. So, like as an individual leader, what do you have? What are your views regarding?
I mean,
Uh,
I prefer to be outside, meeting people.
hmm,
And I mean, you can stay at home if you're not. Again, it depends. But the COVID was a situation that required you to stay at home. But the kind of business that we are into, we have to go, we have to reach out, we have to meet people, and I personally love it as well. So I would rather be out and meeting people.
right. Also, I'm very curious to know about when you are choosing these new employees, Gen Z employees, are you looking more towards if they're more empathetic or if they're more technically sound with the job profile that you are providing? What exactly do you look for when you are hiring them?
I think I would look for qualities like like how empathetic they are, how the communication skills, the mannerism over technical skills, because technical skills can be taught. And
Right,
if you're as I mean, if you're as smart as you know how to tie your shoelaces, you can learn pretty much everything. So technical, but yes, unless and until it's a coding job, then maybe technical as well.
right,
But I try to look at an all-rounder personality.
right. Makes sense. So, like one last question. If you had to advise, you had to give one advice to our young Gen Z parents, what would it be?
Young Gen Z pet parents.
Yeah, yeah. Parents.
Young Gen Z pet parents. I would say if you want to bring a pet at home, then first consider your lifestyle and see how much time you can devote to a pet, because they require time, they require attention. And you have to take them out for walks, you have to work with them initially when they are babies, train them. So it requires a lot of work, but at the end of the day it's all worth it. So don't follow the crowd. See what your lifestyle allows you, and then choose a breed. And once you have them, you have to take, it's a commitment for 10 to 15 years. So think about it before you make a decision, and think really well. And that, I think that's the one advice that I would like to give it to them.
Right. Thank you so much, sir. This was extremely interesting conversation that I had today with you. I hope all the pet parents they'll be watching this and they'll be very interested. And I would love to mention your website and the links that we can provide them for the community so that they can also join in and they can also get all the good advice that you've been giving.
Super, super.